Well, this project was an archaeological investigation of the barracks property owned by the Greenbrier Historical Society. The project was funded by a grant from the West Virginia Department of Arts, Culture, and History to the City of Lewisburg and the Greenbrier Historical Society. So we knew some things about the property. There's some historic photographs. We have Sanborn insurance maps, but there'd never been an archaeological investigation. And we had a lot of interest in really documenting the entire history of the property, but also looking especially for remains from Camp Union, the 1774 gathering of militia, or from Fort Savannah, which we know was located close to that area. The project also had public education goals, and so we were able to involve students from Greenbrier East High School and the Greenbrier Community School in the excavation.
We had two methods of doing survey on this site in terms of excavation. One of them was to test the anomalies that the geophysical survey picked up, and the second was just to dig shovel probes at a 7.5 meter interval across the whole property. The anomalies that we tested turned out to be primarily 20th century deposits, including just midden full of metal. The machines picked up a lot of this metal. We also found a foundation made of concrete that dated to the 20th century. One of our deposits was particularly interesting. It was a deep deposit, about 80 centimeters, that contained many fragments of automotive artifacts, which were steel and iron, as well as rubber fragments and glass. And this seemed to date from the 1940s up to the 1960s and may have come from a nearby state highway garage. The shovel probes tended to also find mostly 20th century artifacts or mixed deposits, but we did find a number of deposits that had a buried topsoil that contained primarily 19th century artifacts. And probably the best one we found was on the northern periphery of the site, where a number of shovel probes found deep deposits with middle 19th century artifacts. And we expanded one of these shovel probes into a small test unit, and it had a midden zone below the original topsoil that seemed again to date primarily from circa 1820 to maybe 1860 or so, and contained diagnostic ceramics including pearlware and decorated whiteware, as well as early bottle glass and cut nails and animal bone. Around the barracks log building itself, which dates to about the late 1790s or early 1800s, we were kind of surprised that there was a lot of fill there as well, that the land surface was built up by bringing in artificial fill, which contained artifacts, again, from mostly the 20th century. Below that fill around the barracks, there was some earlier topsoil or midden that contained some mid-19th century and even a little earlier artifacts, so that was nice. This deep 19th century feature is really a great find, but we are somewhat disappointed that we did not find remains of Camp Union or Fort Savannah. Overall, the project has given us a good understanding of the use of the land here, and in particular which areas are sensitive and need protecting, so that they can help us learn even more about Lewisburg's past. Something interesting. It's like a marble.
What?
It's a marble.
A marble? That's a first.
Stone marble with painted lines on it.